What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another video on Takara's Truth. As you can see, today's video is a little different. I do have some guests here with me. This is my oldest son, Saya. He's 8, and this is Sayer. He is 6. Today, I just kind of wanted to come and talk to you guys a little bit about something that we're all familiar with. Whether you are a single parent, whether you've been raised by a single parent, or whether you just know somebody that is a single parent. I wanted to kind of come and talk to you guys today about, what it's like being a single parent and kind of get the kids involved and kind of get their outlook and their perspective on what it's like living with a single parent. Because, sometimes we always hear the adults, tell their version of how hard it is, but we never really get the kids' perspective, of it until either they're older or anything of that nature. So, just for you guys that don't know me, I am a single parent of 2 boys, and just kind of share with you guys, my challenges that I've faced, dealing with being a single parent. I'll start off by first, guilt is one of it. And when I say guilt, of course, when you have kids, you always think about having a family, and sometimes it doesn't always work out that way, and in hopes of, even if you guys, the mom or the dad, even though you guys aren't together, still hoping that some way you guys will be able to co-parent, together for the kids. In this instance, it's not always the case. So with that being said, that's one thing that I do, deal with and I feel guilty about. But of course, my kids have always been my motivation. From the first time that I found out that I was pregnant with my oldest, I knew that it was no longer about me, and I know that I had to do what I had to do, especially, since I was like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have this child, and we got to do what we have to do. Another thing that I struggle with and feel guilty about, of course, is not being able to actually physically be there for them like they would like me to be. If they had their way, I would be off all the time. But that's not, of course, the case. I have to go to work. I have to, provide, and I have to do what I have to do. So I struggled with that for a long time. I'm finally getting into a place to where, and as the kids are getting older, I'm able to actually sit down and explain to them, like, I know you guys would like me to be home, all the time, but I just have to let them know, like, unfortunately, mommy has to go to work. She has to, make sure the bills are paid, make sure, we have a roof over our head. So, it's just getting to a point of I'm able now to actually sit down with them and talk to them and explain different things to them. But we'll start off with talking with the youngest one, Sayer, and just want to get his perspective on what it's like living with a single mommy. So what are, some of the challenges, and what are some of the fun things about living with a single mommy?
It's hard because sometimes we don't get our way. We don't get to have anything we want. But kids out there, just listen to your parents and do all your chores.
So kind of make it easy on mommy by just making sure that you got your listening ears on. Yeah. Or daddy, yep, because we have single mommies, and sometimes we do have single daddies. I mean, that is, our reality too sometimes. So your advice, for kids that live with single mommies would be just to make it a little bit easy on mommy, to just make sure we listen and to do what you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good advice. Definitely good advice. So, Saya, what's your outlook, and what is it like living with a single mommy?
It's hard. Some of the fun things are we have movie on Friday. We get to do this. We get to do YouTube videos on Saturday. And the hard thing about it is I don't have any dad to play sports with. I have my little brother to play sports with, but he's not that big of a sport fan. And yeah, that was basically all the truth.
So sometimes it's hard when you don't have that actual male role model figure in the home. Sometimes that could be hard and that could be challenging for you. That's real. That's honest. And like I said, sometimes we don't really know, what our kids really think or how they really are feeling, you know, living with a single parent. Because I know sometimes I get on their nerves. I mean, they tell me, you know, sometimes that they feel like I'm mean, but I mean, a part of being a single parent is, you know, you have to be a disciplinarian. But, you know, like I tell them, I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to make sure that I instill what I need to instill in you so that you can be the best human being that you could possibly be when you get older, you know. And they don't understand. And it's hard. It's really hard because we want to be, especially if you're a single mother, you're the nurturer, and then you have to be a disciplinarian, and it's hard because you have to, you know, yell, and you have to make sure that they know that you mean business. But at the same time, when you're yelling and you see that look on their face, you just want to grab them, you just want to hug them, like, I'm so sorry. But at the same time, like, you got to stick to your ground, and you have to do what you have to do. So, you know, I just wanted to make this video really quickly and just kind of give you guys a little insight on, like I said, how the kids feel, because we never know what our children are feeling. And, you know, us as single parents, we have to also make sure that when we are disciplining, that we discipline them and we make sure that we instill in them and that they know what is right from wrong. But at the same time, if you're gonna tear down, you got to make sure that you build back up. So anytime that I discipline my kids, anytime that I may, you know, have to do what I have to do to make sure that they understand, like, what you did was not right, at the same time I circle back around and I let them know, you're smart. Like, this is not the person that you are. I, you know, instill these things that I need to instill in them because they are smart. Then, you know, a lot of times I understand that they are kids. Don't get me wrong. I completely understand that, and kids are going to be kids. But at the same time, they know right from wrong. So if you know right from wrong, if you can tell me what you know you've done wrong, then there's no excuse. And, you know, I make sure that I let them know, like, I love you. Like, I don't want to be this parent that is yelling or screaming at the top of their lungs all the time. But at the same time, I want them to understand that just because I'm yelling at you, that doesn't mean that I love you any less. I love you, and I'm hard on you because I know that you can be the best that you can be. So just wanted to make this video. I hope this encourages or inspires somebody. If you're a single parent, I know that it's hard. I know that you cry many tears. I know that when you go to bed at night, you just think about what you could have done differently, but don't beat yourself up about it. You know, like I said, we all have our own journey. We all, you know, go through life, and we have things that happen that may not, the outcome is not how we expected it to be. But remember that God always has a plan for everything. Always remember that if God gave you these kids, that they are a blessing, and he doesn't put any more on us than we can bear. So you got this. You can do this. I know that it's not easy. I know the road is hard, but us as parents, we have to make sure that even when we're praying, that we're asking God to give us strength, asking us to be the best that we can be as parents, so that we don't pass any toxicness to our children, that we instill what we need to instill in them, and that we let them know that they are loved, that we let them know that no matter what, that we always have their back. And they see that. You know, sometimes I used to be like, I feel bad, you know, for, you know, being the only parent in the household. I used to say that for the longest. And, you know, my cousins used to be like, your kids are going to know who's been there from day one. And that is true. They do know. But, you know, it's nothing bad against, you know, their dad or anything of that nature. You know, sometimes people have to, you know, get themselves together, and that's, you know, what has to happen. But at the end of the day, me being a mom, I'm going to always do what I need to do regardless, because when you're a mom, you don't get to stop. When you're even a single parent, a single dad, you don't get to stop. So keep going. God is with you every step of the way. Just continue to pray for strength. Continue to be the best version of yourself that you can be, so that when it's in time for you to talk to your kids, instill what you need to instill in your kids. Like the Bible says, train up a child, you know, in the way that they shall go, and it will never depart from them. So you got this. We got this. We're in this together. So if you do not, if you need to follow me on Facebook, you can follow me at Takara's Truth, Instagram Takara's_truth. And I hope and pray again that this did help somebody, and just to let the parent know, keep going. You got this. You can rock this out, and God is with you every step of the way. So what do we say, guys?
Make sure to hit this bell in the description and get this video 10,000 likes.
So make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you can, and please feel free to comment, like, and share. I hope
give this video 10,000 likes.
And give this video 10,000 likes.
And
and
don't forget to hit that little bell.
don't forget to hit the bell, which is the subscribe button. We've already
In
said
the
that.
little subscription.
And we will see y'all later.
I pray everybody enjoys the rest of their day. Love.
Peace.